a spiritual message on psychology, brainwashing, and the human soul. The soul is not a science, it is a sacred mystery, a breath of the infinite placed within flesh and mind. Yet, in our search to understand the human experience, psychology emerged as a language bridging the unseen world of emotion, thought, and behavior. It is one of our most noble efforts to heal suffering, untangle trauma, and understand the vast interior realm of the human being. But when the mind becomes the only altar of inquiry and power, and when manipulation replaces understanding, a dangerous inversion occurs. The soul is not nurtured, it is obscured. Psychology, in its purest form, is a mirror to the soul. It reflects our wounds, our patterns, and our potential. When guided by compassion and truth, psychological insight can lead us to freedom. It helps us name the shadows within: fear, shame, grief, anger, and it gives us the tools to redeem them. It shows us that healing is not the erasure of pain, but the transformation of our relationship to it. In this way, psychology becomes sacred work, a path of awakening to who we truly are beneath our conditioning. But there is a darker undercurrent to this discipline, one that arises not from the soul's longing for freedom, but from the ego's desire for control. Brainwashing is the anti-spiritual use of the mind. Whereas psychology can liberate, brainwashing enslaves. It is the intentional reshaping of thought through fear, repetition, isolation, and coercion. It disconnects a person from their inner voice, the compass of the soul, and replaces it with an external agenda. In brainwashing, the soul is not honored, it is overwritten. The divine spark in a person is dimmed under layers of propaganda, trauma, or social programming until they no longer recognize themselves. This can happen on a grand scale, through media, cults, oppressive regimes, or it can happen subtly, in families, relationships, institutions. The mind is convinced to betray the heart. And when this happens, a person may act against their own truth without knowing why. They may speak lies with conviction, defend their captor with loyalty, or accept suffering as deserved. This is not ignorance. It is spiritual exile. Yet the soul, no matter how buried, is never destroyed. It waits. It whispers. It remembers. Even when the mind is clouded, there remains within each of us an unbreakable essence that cannot be programmed, the divine signature. The spirit may be silenced, but it cannot be deleted. And it is this truth that becomes the seed of liberation. Healing from brainwashing is not merely a cognitive process. It is a soul retrieval. It requires immense courage because it asks us to feel again, to question what we've been told, to confront our own pain. But in doing so, we reclaim the sacred territory of our being. We remember that no one else has the authority to define our worth, our beliefs, or our path. Spiritual awakening is the reversal of brainwashing. It is not a rejection of psychology, but its fulfillment, when the science of the mind becomes the servant of the soul. It teaches us to discern truth from illusion, to hold space for complexity, and to trust the still, small voice within. It says, "I am more than my programming. I am more than my trauma. I am the watcher, the witness, the eternal one behind the eyes." So, dear soul, if you feel lost in a fog of confusion, if you have believed stories that dim your light, take heart. You are not broken, you are waking up. And waking up is often disorienting before it is liberating. But every moment you choose truth over fear, awareness over autopilot, love over shame, you are undoing the falsehoods written upon your spirit. In the silence of your own being, listen. The soul speaks in whispers, in symbols, in the ache behind your eyes and the hunger in your chest. It will not yell, it will not coerce, it will not dominate. It simply waits for you to return. And when you do, you will not just remember who you are, you will feel it. You will stand in a power no system can touch. You will see with eyes unclouded by deceit, and you will become once again fully human and fully divine.